Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Panamahamsa Parirachakcharya, Ashtadara Satta Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasade Gola Bhaktavinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinan Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Shri Jagnapuri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai Chamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi ki jai. Samaveda Bhaktavinda ki jai. Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Transcendental Prasadam Distribution ki jai. Hare Rama Sankirtan ki jai. Iskang Yutwagadam ki jai. Nitai Gaura Pramanandi Hare Hare Bo. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis Hare Krishna. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis Hare Krishna. All glories to the Sambodhi Bodhis Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nanayana Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam Tattochayam Utitrayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 17 and text number 25. Idanim Dhamma Padas Te Satyam Nivatayet Yataha Tam Jikrishati Adamo Yam Amritenai Dita Karihi Idanindama Padaste Tatyan Nivatayet Yata Tachrikshatya Damoyam Amritenai Ditakari Idanidama Padaste Satyan Nivatayet Yata Tanchi Krikshatya Damoyam Amritenai Ditatkari Idanidama Padaste Satyan Nivatayat Dyate Tamchi Krikshatya Damoyam Amritenai Hitakari Idam Satyanivateya Jagam Tanjikishatya Damodu Aritanai Ditakari Tanjikishatya Damodu Aritanai Vidani Dhamma Padaste Satya Nivataye Data Danji Krishantya Damoyam Anitena Itamani Madajis Vidani Dhamma Padaste Satya Nivataye Daya Danji Krishatya Damoyam Arnitenai Dihantam Idani Dhamma Padaste Satya Nivataye Dayam Danji Krishatya Damoyam Anitenai Ditakari Idanim, at the present moment, Dharma, O personality of religion, Padaha, leg, te, of you, Satyam, truthfulness, Nivatayet, hopping along somehow or other. Yataha, whereby, tam, that, jikrishati, trying to destroy, adamaha, the personality of ill religion, ayam, this, arnitenam, by deceit, editaha, flourishing, karihi, Kolo personified. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. You are now standing on one leg only, which is your truthfulness, and you are somehow or other hobbling along. But Kolo personified Kali, flourishing by deceit, is also trying to destroy that leg. Yeah, so please repeat. You are now standing on one leg only, which is your truthfulness. And you are somehow or other hobbling along. But Kolo personified Kali, flourishing by deceit, is also trying to destroy that leg. Purport. The principles of religion do not stand on some dogmas or man-made formulas, but they stand on four primary regulative observances, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. The mass of people must be taught to practice these principles from childhood. Austerity means to accept voluntarily things which may not be very comfortable for the body, but are conducive for spiritual realization. For example, fasting. Fasting twice or 4 times a month is a sort of austerity which may be voluntarily accepted for spiritual realization only, and not for any other purposes, political or otherwise. Fastings which are meant not for self-realization but for some other purposes are condemned in the Bhagavad Gita 75 and 76. Similarly, cleanliness is necessary both for the mind and for the body. Simply bodily cleanliness may help to some extent, but cleanliness of the mind is necessary, and it is effected by glorifying the Supreme Lord. No one can cleanse the accumulated mental dust without glorifying the Supreme Lord. A godless civilization cannot cleanse the mind because it has no idea of God. And for this simple reason, people under such a civilization cannot have good qualifications, however they may be materially equipped. We have to see things by the resultant action. The resultant action of human civilization in the age of Kali is dissatisfaction. So everyone is anxious to get peace of mind. This peace of mind was complete in the Satya age because of the existence of the above-mentioned attributes of the human beings. Gradually, these attributes have diminished in the Treta Yuga to 3/4, in the Dwapara to half, and in this age of Kali to 1/4, which is also gradually diminishing on account of prevailing untruthfulness. By pride, either artificial or real, the resultant action of austerity is spoiled. By too much affection for female association, cleanliness is spoiled. By too much addiction to intoxication, mercy is spoiled. And by too much lying propaganda, truthfulness is spoiled. The revival of Bhagavata Dham can save human civilization from falling prey to evils of all description. Om Jnana Timinandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Uminitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Tadesmadita Krishna Goswami Dinamini Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Smriti Bhakti. Let's read 1 second. Idanin Dhamma Padaste Satyam Divataye Yata Tam Jikrishat Ti Adamoyam Anitenai Takari. You are now standing on one leg only, which is your truthfulness, and you are somehow or other hobbling along. But Kolo personified Kali, flourishing by deceit, is also trying to destroy that leg. There are many wonderful points in Srila Prabhupada's purport. One of the purport captured my mind is Srila Prabhupada, he was talking about austerities. So what's the meaning of austerity? So Srila Prabhupada, he writes that austerity means to accept voluntarily things which may not be very comfortable for the body, but are conducive for spiritual realization. For spiritual realization only. Yeah. And not for any other purpose, either political or otherwise. So, in the fourth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a very nice description of Dhruva Maharaj, how he practiced austerities under the guidance of his spiritual master, Narada Muni. see. We know that Jua Maharaj, he was only a 5 years old boy, just like a Bye-bye. Only 5 years old boy. But he was so determined, to become successful. Of course, his desire is to get a kingdom which is even greater than his, father. And then his mother, Suniti, told her, there's only one person can fulfill your desire. And Jua Maharaj, he was asking her mother, who is that person? I want to go and meet him. So his mother told him, that person is Krishna. And Jua Maharaj asked, his mother, where can I find Krishna? And his mother told him, Krishna, I was told that Krishna is always in the forest with the great sages. So after hearing his mother's instruction, so Jua Maharaj immediately went to the forest. Only a 5 years old, just at the age of Abai. So he left his home and went to the forest. We know that he came to Vrindavan at the Madhuvan forest. Of course, on the way, he met Nada Muni. Yeah. In the beginning, Nada Muni tried to test his determination, telling him, you are just a small boy, it's not, and there are so many ferocious animals in the forest, you should just, it's very dangerous, to be here. You should just go back home. And when you, after grown up, then you can come back, and practice some austerity or meditation. But Jua Maharaj, he was so determined. So he told Nada Muni, my great sage, if you really want to help me, you kindly, give me some instructions. Otherwise, don't block my way. Yeah. So when Nada Muni saw the determination of Jua Maharaj, so he taught him that you should go to Vrindavan, to Madhuvan forest, and there you should start to worship the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. And Nada Muni taught him to chant a mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Jua Maharaj practiced very severe austerities. So in the fourth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said here that for the first month, Jua Maharaj, he ate only fruits and berries every 3 days. Yeah, no cooking at all. Yeah, only fruits and berries in the forest. And not every day, only once 3 days. So why he's doing like that? Because he wants to save time for the practice of austerity and the meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. Meditation, Prabhu said, meditation means to focus our mind on the super soul within our heart. Not like, modern days, people just sit and meditate on nothing. Often you know, I'm distributing books at the pier very often recently. Often I met people who was telling me, I meditate every day. And I asked them, what kind of meditation are you doing? Many times people would tell me, I'm just sitting like this and do some breathing. So people have really misconception about meditation. But from the meditation and austerity that Jua Maharaj was practicing, we understand that meditation and austerity should practice by focus our mind on the Paramatma, on the Super Soul within our heart. So the first month, Jua Maharaj, he ate only fruits and berries every 3 days. And then the second month, Jua Maharaj, he ate only dried grass and leaves every 6 days. Yeah, every 6 days. Practically, he's fasting, So this Janmashtami, we have to fast whole day. I'm feeling, actually fasting whole day is actually for me, is very not so easy. Yeah, even a day is not so easy for me. And here Jua Maharaj, he practically is fasting every day. By taking only dry grass and leaves every 6 days. So compared to what Jua Maharaj was doing, we are, Janmashtami fasting or Ekadasi fasting from beans and grains are really nothing. Yeah. And then, in the third month, Jua Maharaj's austerity is even more severe. So in the third month, he drank water only every 9 days. So he gave up all the solid food, like fruits, berry, dried grass, and leaves. He gave up eating all the solid food stuffs by drinking only water. Yeah. And by this time, he completely entranced in the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, in the fourth month, Jua Maharaj became completely master of the breathing exercise. Pranayam, breathing exercise. And as he inhaled air only every 12 days. He gave up even drinking water in the fourth month. Yeah. And by this time, and by the end of the fourth month, when the fifth month came, so he completely captured the Paramatma within his heart. Yeah. Actually, by the fifth month, Maharaj Jua had controlled his breathing so perfectly that he was able to stand on only one leg, just as a colon stands, without motion, and concentrate his mind fully on the Parabrahma, means the Super Soul within the heart. So he captured the, Super Soul. So he completely controlled his senses and their objects. And in this way, he fixed his mind without diversion to anything else upon the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Jua Maharaj was captured the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the refuge of the total material creation, and who is the master of all living beings, the three worlds began to tremble. Yeah. So that's the power of a perfect yogi like Dhruva Maharaj. And then we understand that, because of Dhruva Maharaj stopped breathing, then the whole universe, all the living beings in this universe became suffocated. And then, all the demigods accompanied by Lord Brahma, they come to Lord Vishnu to ask Lord Vishnu to help. And then Lord Vishnu told them, don't worry, it's my devotee Dhruva Maharaj. He was practicing, austerities there. So I will go and see him and stop his, austerities. So in this way, Dhruva Maharaj attracted even Lord Vishnu to personally come and see him. So this is the austerities that the devotees, are practicing. Of course, in this modern time, we really can't practice that type of austerities like Dhruva Maharaj, was practicing. So our main austerities nowadays is, following the 4 regulatory principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. Yes. Yeah. The 4 regulatory principles, and chant Hare Krishna. So that is our main, austerities nowadays. Because obviously we can't go and stay in the forest, only eat fruits and berries, or eat the dry grass and leaves, It's we can't really do like that, like Dhruva Maharaj, Yeah. Prabhu also mentioning that this is called, austerity has to be practiced according to the instructions of the spiritual master or the scriptures. So this type of austerity is good. Yeah. But not for any other purposes. And actually in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 7th chapter, actually in the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, texts 5 and 6, Krishna, he tells Arjuna that those who undergo severe austerities and penance, not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body as well as the super soul dwelling within, are to be known as demons. Yeah. We know that the perfect example in this regard is Hiranyakasipu. Yeah. See, Hiranyakasipu, he practiced very severe austerity too. Actually, he practiced very long time. It is said that Hiranyakasipu, he practiced severe austerities for 100 how many years? So 100 how many years is how many our earthly years? Do you know, Bhakta Brother? Yeah, something. We know that one day of the demigods equals to 6 months, 6 of our earthly months. So 100 heavenly years is 36,500 of our years. So Hiranyakasipu, he practiced austerities for a very long time. And he stood only on his toe with his hand raised up, looking at the sky like that. That's his austerity. Because he practiced austerities for so long in the valley of Mandara Hill, all the skin, flesh, blood, they were all eaten by the ants. Yeah. And because of the austerity, he gets so much power that very strong fire came out from his head. And the fire is so strong that even the demigods, they were feeling very hot, scorched. Yeah. So they finally the demigods, they came to Lord Brahma, asked Lord Brahma to help. And Lord Brahma, he came on his swarm carrier. In the beginning, Lord Brahma, he cannot find Hiranyakasipu, because Hiranyakasipu's body, he was covered by the dirt, by the grass or the bamboo sticks like that. But finally, Lord Brahma found him, and then Lord Brahma sprinkled some water from his Kamadhenu, the water pot. Immediately, Hiranyakasipu got a young, new body. We know, and we all know that Hiranyakasipu, he then asked Lord Brahma to give him all kinds of benedictions, that he will not be killed by any human, any animals, and he will not be killed during the day or at night, or he will not be killed by any weapons. Yeah. And Lord Brahma gave him all the benedictions. But we all know at the last that, even Hiranyakasipu has so much power, he conquered the whole universe, but still he was killed by Lord Nrsimhadev. Yeah. So that type of austerity practiced by Hiranyakasipu is demoniac. Yeah. Because their austerities simply giving disturbances to the others. Yeah. There's another important point in Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada was saying about the cleanliness. Srila Prabhupada, he was saying that cleanliness is necessary both for the mind and for the body. Yeah. Simply bodily cleanliness may help to some extent, but cleanliness of the mind is necessary. And it is effected by glorifying the Supreme Lord. just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us in his Shikshasta's prayer, Cheto tapana machanam bhava mahadavagni nivapanam shreyaj kairaiva chantikam vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhi vadanam pratipatam punamitasvadanam savatma snapanam panam vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the dust of which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss. And it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. So I stop here. Are there any questions and comments? Yes, please. Microphone, please.
Okay, hi. So how is it possible that a 5-year-old, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I look at Abai, and he's such a sweet kid, but man, he would get thrashed if he went to the forest or something like that. How could a 5-year-old go to the forest? Was it a certain age that they lived in, that they were more advanced at that age or something, or is that what's going on?
Yeah, because Dhruva Maharaj, he was born in the, I think it must be Satya Yuga, the first age. So at that age, people, they have more good qualities. Yeah. It's very, very special soul. Very great and special soul. Yeah. That's why they can do like that, He can do like that, Yeah. Anybody else at this point? Yes. Ladita, Tulsi Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your beautiful class. I have a question about all this fasting devotees do. Like, I know they say, Prabhupada say that, even Lord Chaitanya, the only way is like Sankirtan Jaya. And I know all these like Chaturmasya, all this fasting, I know it has some mean, but what is the idea? Why we doing all this fasting if the only way is Sankirtan Jaya?
Usually fasting, by voluntarily fasting from something, we can, so that we can use more time in the spiritual practice. Yeah. Fasting, the purpose of fasting is to, to have more time for spiritual advancement. Not fasting and becoming weak, and you will not have strength to chant the rounds or to serve the deities or to go out and distribute books like that, Fasting, yeah.
Srila Rupa Goswami said to like, you have to fast in Ekadasi and then Ekadasi and Jamastami, right?
And also on Ekadasi fast, we are voluntarily fasting from grains and beans. That's also good for our health, because twice a month we are following Ekadasi fast, not to take grains and beans. That's very good for our health, because to digest grains and beans will take lots of our energy. Yeah. So that the Ekadasi fast is good for our health also. Yeah. And also, because we are so used to eat the bread and rice,
And spiritual
Yeah,
fasting. Yeah.
so we are doing that fast voluntarily, you know. Yeah. Yes, just wait for the microphone, yes.
Aren't you asked fasting for all the big festivals, like on Radhastami as well? Because we are in Germany, we are fasting on Balaram Jayanti, Janmastami, Radhastami, on Gora Purnima, on all the big festivals.
Right, usually we are fasting according to our Vaishnava calendar. We are not fasting whimsically.
You're not fasting what? Sorry.
We are fasting according to our Vaishnava calendar.
Yeah, but that's also the festivals, right?
Yes, usually we are fasting on the festival days.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, appearance day or disappearance day of the spiritual master. Yes, great personalities. As an honor to them. Yeah. So, any other things? Are there any other questions and comments? Okay, so we will just stop here. Thank you so much for coming for the Bhagavatam class. Gantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. I hope everything's all right.
Jaya Ram